symbol of hope.
I'm like a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't know what to do if I got one.
I'm Batman. Let her go. Let her go. Yes, please. All right, gang. Yes. Be prepared for anything.
Hey there, welcome to GemiiToys. Here we are once again for another comparison video. This time comparing the DX12 and the DX19 of the Dark Knight. So, I've mentioned on my review I've had several, including this Metacom, which was actually pretty good, Dark Knight figures. The original Hot Toys Dark Knight from back in the day. Never got the DX2, but I did get this DX12, again back in the day, and I always wanted to resemble as much as I could this. This has always been kind of my goal. This looks really cool to me, so the closer I can get to that, the better. So that's kind of going to be what this comparison is about. I don't know, I'm going to keep one of these two pieces and I don't know which one, so this really does help me. I really love the Dark Knight, but I don't need to. So we're looking at the accessories. We're actually looking at everything that we will compare, which is basically everything, including the bases, of course, the head sculpts, and then, you know, the figures. Well, absolutely. So here we have the DX12. I did modify him.
Why so serious?
What? Anyways, my most recent Dark Knight purchase, the DX19. And all of his accessories, head, base, hands, of course. Just giving you a little breakdown here on everything we're going to show, which again, you know, is everything. Yeah, this head sculpt, we'll be discussing it, but I'm pretty sure you can already guess.
Schemer, introducing a little anarchy.
And as usual, we have our guest. What a great guest. The Joker. Welcome the Joker. DX11. And he's here because, you know, he's our judge. He's going to decide which one he looks better with. To me, it's a big deal. So first, remember to subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on any future content coming up. Let's take a look at the boxes first here. So DX12 Batman Dark Knight Rises is what the film this one is based on. And the front here, Dark Knight Trilogy DX19. I like the image. Look wise, I like the image better, I want to say. But the other one's a little more classy, so kind of hard to choose. Here, not much going on either of the sides. We got Batman Defender of Gotham. The other one is just a little more classy looking, I want to say, from the looks just of the box. So, I mean, at the end of the day, take a look at this, you know. You'll feel here, you see, well, you can hear it. Here, not so much. There's no texture. It's all texturized, and, you know, when you feel this box, you can feel that bat, or, well, you know, the insignia, I want to say. Not this one. This was all just a cardboard, like a book cover. And you just get this. It's not a big deal. I'm surprised I didn't lose it, but it's still here. It's just a piece of paper basically showing the bat. And it says Rise. And I like this. You see this little tab here. See, all those details kind of matter. It's just presentation. So this is how a DX back in the day was presented. Now here, DX19, yeah, this image looks good, but the box inside, this is just cardboard folded. I mean, this is a decorated shipping box, basically. And this cardboard here, yeah, this accessory, I guess a keychain is more useful than a piece of paper. I'll give it that, but I'm not going to use this either. Yeah, Batarang is a keychain. The best, I think, was on the DX2. It came with like 3 Batarangs, I think. That makes a little more sense. I mean, at least you can throw those Batarangs around and do something with them. This keychain, yeah, I guess you could wear it, but no, I'm not. I mean, I wouldn't throw Batarangs around either, but, you know. But the most important thing, again, is the figure. And the presentation looks quite similar, as I mentioned on my review. I really like this DX12, so that's why I'm so happy with my DX12. I never felt I had the need, but then I always wanted to upgrade the head, and I really liked Toy Sapiens. I liked how he looked. So later on, I just thought whenever a deal shows up at one of my figure hunting adventures that I do, and that's what happened. So I'm really glad to, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them, as I mentioned, but, you know, I'm really glad to at least share this experience with you guys because I am enjoying it. And my full intention is to replace my DX12. But looking at that presentation there, that base, ooh boy, we'll get into that. So, looks nice. Foam, just like over there. Similar situation. Once you get into the guts of the box and you get past that cheap box, yeah. So, I think I made it pretty clear. Yeah, this is definitely going to go to the DX12 1 point. This is a competition, by the way. I didn't mention it, but yeah, that's what I usually do on my comparison videos. So yeah, 1 point to the DX12. Much better box, no question. So we got the 2 contenders here, each one in their respective area, and we're going to take a look at the accessories here. Starting with the hands, you get the same hands as here. But, as you can maybe see already, there is one minor difference. Don't worry, I'll point that out if you really care about those kind of details. Me, not so much, but I thought for this, I love doing my comparisons and I love getting into the real dumb details. So, you know, if that's what you're here for, you're going to get it. We're going to really look deep into this. So we got these face plates. Yeah, the paint application is quite better. Looks a little more yellow, not yellow, orange, I want to say. But they look good. I mean, from 10 years ago, you know. These bombs look exactly the same. Couldn't spot any difference there. Here we have the sticky bomb gun. Here we have the other one. I'm not sure which one is more accurate. They're different, but they both look nice. We have the EMP rifle. Did I get that right? One is gun, the other one is rifle, I think. And this one clip goes onto his belt. We don't have it over here, but we have this one tool on both. That's for the purse system and to pop out the faceplates. Here we have the grappling gun, a little more gold. This is a little more brown here, and I think this is more accurate. Here we have the neck piece. Both have the same neck piece. There is no difference. I don't know why I'm showing the wrist pegs, but they're there. And here we have something we don't have on the DX19. Instead, we have this sonar head, which is that additional belt, which I never used, I must say. I always like the standard belt. I'm more standard, let's just say. But again, it's nice to get accessories for pictures and stuff. So, here, I'm not showing you the figure, I'm showing you the cape. But we'll get into that again I'm showing you the figure too. The two contenders. Because there is another belt there. I guess you could kind of consider that an accessory, but the DX19, the belt comes on him. DX12 does not. So, a little deeper. These are the hands, and the only difference I could spot there is, I think it's the index finger. I'm not sure, I don't know my fingers so well, but there's that shiny portion there. You see that there? I think I'm showing it as best I can. That's the only difference. Nothing really, not a big deal. Either one is fine. Right here, we're talking same situation as well with these spiky bombs. So here we start to defer. Face plates. They're nice. Nice paint application. And here, and it's not so orange, nicer paint application. We got two angry, and then the one, I don't know, I guess I would like the one on the DX12 is an extra. There's a bunch of ridiculous ones on the DX19, but these are the plates that come on the figure. Yeah, I like this better. Keep going to the 19. There's no question. Either though I do like that very first expression of the right there, you can see it below the gun. I like that one. It's very Christian Bale. So we're looking at the sticky bombs. Yeah, one's a different color. And the EMP gun, the only difference I could spot is that slot there for the batteries. Here you don't have it, so I guess this is better. The cover is different, and it's a little bit more shiny over here on the DX19. But yeah, those sticky bombs, different color. These two tools are pretty much same functions. Neck pieces are the same. I know I'm going a lot back and forth here. Sorry about that, but this is the best way I could think of without too much crazy editing to show you guys everything in detail. So yeah, the gold, as discussed before, is darker, more accurate on the batarangs and grapple gun. I like those plates, that paint application quite better. So going on about the grapple gun, both the cartridge does pop out there. Again, I like that more accurate, darker gold. EMP gun, same light up function. It's a mimic. You don't need it. Great for pictures again. Not for the display, at least not for me. Same thing here. The batteries are a little more of a pain to install here, as it does have a spring. The other one, it seems a little more high quality, like they put more money into it. Here, while it looks the same, it's a little more shiny. I can feel like it's a little more cheap, especially that battery compartment. The electronics they use here is much easier to install the batteries, if that makes a difference. But the cover looks better on the 19. And then the sticky bomb. A little more sturdy here. It just feels more sturdy to me, like it's better built, even though it's older. I know, granted, I barely use this thing, but it does feel more sturdy. This newer one, it just feels like it's gonna fall apart in your hand, but it won't fall apart. That's the good news. So yeah, I mean, even though it feels cheaper, it looks to me like it's more accurate than that metal or gray area. It's just so hard to see in the film because he's always in the dark. I was really trying to see which one of these two is more accurate, but I think it's this blacker one, or black one. fully black. I do think it's got some gray areas though, but anyways, I noticed here the grapple guns are slightly different. Not in this part, but right here, where the grapple would come out. You can see a difference in color there. So yeah, this is very close, but you know, I'm gonna choose the DX19 for not better quality accessories, but because of that sonar head, I like that better than the belt. And it's pretty much the same, just a little less quality to the accessories. And speaking of here, yeah, there's a big difference here. Quality. We're talking about the capes. So yeah, this is the DX12 standard cape, and it sucks. It's like it's made out of paper and it just doesn't drape, as opposed to here, this is wonderful. It's got some nice weight to it. Really like this cape. They're the same size too, as I'm going to show you. And then right here, this, I'm just showing you this. I did this on purpose. It's a dust magnet. Here, not so much. So we're looking at how it sits. This cape does have 2 wires, kind of on the shoulder area. Just 2 short wires there, which I never found them useful. So there's no wires on the DX19. Here they're nice and spread out, as you can see. And these clips are easy to clip on both figures. Just kind of stuff in the cape and a little bit and clip it in. I showed you how to do it in the review if you want to see how to clip them in. I mean, it's not rocket science, and look at your manual. I'm sure it's there. I just don't, but you know. And this one on the other side is a different texture, so it's kind of more velvety here, which is more film accurate, but the way it drapes, this is, maybe it doesn't look as velvety, I want to say, but so much better. The way it drapes, look at how it folds. It's just got weight to it. This reminds me of the New Hope Darth Vader cape that later on in ESP was not half as good. Yeah, I like those capes with that weight. They almost look nice whatever you do. It looks natural. DX12, no. I don't know how I even managed to keep this cape without replacing it. I guess it's because I could do this and kind of make it look as fairly decent, but the other one, I didn't, at DX19 I didn't have to do anything. So yeah, point needless to say for DX19 for the cape. So yeah, DX19 takes it. I don't have to think about it at all. The bases. So we have a metal plate over here for the DX12. It says MMS DX Batman, and here it says the Dark Knight Trilogy. Dark Knight on the top there, and Batman, which was, we see a symbol here. Metal plate versus sticker glass. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't look half as good, as well as these steps that you're looking at right now. Look at this paint application. Look at this. Plate doesn't look half as good. This screams quality. This is nice paint. This is not. This is poor paint application. This looks like a cheap knockoff, even though it's the same thing. This is quality. You know, you have this light up feature, which I never use, granted, and it's got this battery compartment. You got a screw there to take out the batteries. And we show you the date, 2012. Doesn't say it on there, but it's from then, 10 years ago. These, you have no lights, you just have these for nothing. The same material, feels kind of spongy, soft plastic. Both are the same, but no switch, of course. Still see the leftovers, because, you know, I mean, this is like something that you go on AliExpress and, you know, can I get one of your versions of the Hot Toys base? And, you know, it's kind of like they show you what's on the left is a picture, and what you get in the mail is what you get on the right. Terrible. So, needless to say, this is going to go to the DX12. So 2 points for the DX12 so far, and DX19 at 2 as well. It's a tie so far. We're going to take a look at the figures here, if I can say that right. Starting with the boots. Mine's holding up fairly good, still stands on his own, but this is the peg is a bigger figure, and the body inside is a little bit different, and of course the boots are a little bit longer, a little more shiny there on the sides, and then that middle section there in the bottom of the boot. They articulate well, holds the stand well, like I said, both do. Here you have on the knees a little more of a ratchet, so that helps articulation. And yeah, this is right here, this is kind of what sold me this figure, believe it or again, you know. Yeah, I mean, here this looks more like a toy, you see. So, and the fat thighs, but that's kind of where it ends for me, to be honest, because going above from the waist area is where I start to see this one looks better. Again, I'm gonna get into that, but these plates, he looks slimmer. He's not a buff dude. This screams buff to me. Yes, I know he was called Fat Man, and I know he got really buff for the very first one, Batman Begins, but in this suit, he doesn't look buffed. Again, it's a little more, it's for him to be more agile and fast. So it's agile and fast, kind of like Spider-Man. So it's kind of, you know, I mentioned on my review, it's not Spider-Man, of course. Batman, I would never call Spider-Man, but it's just that more agile suit, more light. This is bulk. Either though it looks more film accurate. I mean, this, of course, the elbow pad, it's supposed to be attached to the elbow, but yeah, he's a little more short, and I want to say a little more stubby, either though he looks thinner. So, and the butt section, this is more accurate as far as I've been able to see, and it does look better, either though mine is kind of wrinkled, kind of weird there. This looks like it could have been the way the suit was, but that stitching looks ugly, so yeah, I'm trusting definitely it's more accurate. You can see it's shinier all around. Here, these two pads there are supposed to be lower, like here, tucked into the boot actually, but they're not. And you got those shinier sections, as opposed to here you don't. So yeah, the figure overall looks better quality. Looks, I don't know if the quality of the materials is better, but definitely looks more film accurate. The head sculpt, we'll get into that later, but you know, I wanted to have the figures with heads. I don't like headless figures so much. Yeah, the gauntlet I think is about the same size perhaps, but here the legs, they look very similar, but again, these details like this shininess just makes it look a little better. I'm not sure that is accurate though, that shine, but it does make the figure look better. And the carbon fiber areas are just, they're present all over the figure on the DX12. And yeah, you can kind of see it looks a little thicker in the waist. Looks like DX12 looked like he drank a few more beers than the taller, either though he's bulkier in the waist he's not. So speaking of waist, let's put the belts on. And yeah, boots, you can see they're longer, carbon fibers more pronounced, either though, as I mentioned, on the DX12 they're present, and I'm not sure which one is more accurate. The suit wasn't very shiny. It usually looks a little like kind of rubber that's not even black, it's almost towards gray, but in figure form I guess this does look better. So this belt is annoying to me. I don't like that it just If it's too low like this, it doesn't look right. If it's too high, it definitely doesn't look right. This one is just, you can't move it much. Yeah, you can move it a little bit, but it's, if you just let it sit, it's gonna look right. It's not gonna look too low like it does if you let it sit on the DX19. On the DX19 belt, it's almost like you want to take a notch out just to tighten it. It's just way... It's too big of a belt. Like I said, his waist is thinner, even though he looks bulkier, which is kind of interesting. I guess it's just a better body inside. Let's face it. But I like the longer arms on the DX12 for poses. You see the arms, how they stick out? This is the best I could do. This is the best I could do with both figures. But here, we're taking a look at the crotch area. Yeah, this just doesn't look right. DX12, as opposed to this, looks so much more like it. Going back to the suit again, I took this image at the exhibition. So yeah, definitely that looks better. But let's go a little higher, where I think the DX12 is a little bit better. See that? A little slimmer. Just a little slimmer. This guy is a little bulky. You know, it's just, this is the way it's supposed to be, a little more slim. So you see this image right here? This is from the Dark Knight. He looks slim. He doesn't look like this. That's another figure. So it reminds me a little more of the Batfleck. So from the waist up or from the waist down, see here, even this image of the suit looks kind of like the DX12 more, even though it's more accurate. So yeah, the plates are much more accurate in the legs area, but I like more how the 12 looks, the body. So call me crazy. This point goes to the DX12. Gosh, I really thought I would like the figure in general better, but yeah, there's parts and it's more accurate. But here, when you do this, I mean, what do you see here? I see the Dark Knight through and through. This is the head sculpt of the DX19 on. Easy to throw on there. More slim looking. This is the image I'm showing you there. That's what I want to match. That's what I want to get as close to, as I mentioned at the beginning. Here, yeah, the boots, the shine, I like it. He's got longer legs. I like that. More accurate, the plates. This belt drives me nuts, so I don't like that. But then it feels like his waist is a little bit too long there, like his, and then bulky in the shoulders too. Not so much in the shoulders, just the overall look. I guess it's the chest that's really doing it. Reminds me of the Batfleck. And I already have Nightmare Batman. To me, this is the slimmer version of Batman. So he's pretty upset here about something. Yeah, he took his head, so he's pretty upset. The DX19 is upset that the DX12 took his head. He's basically, this is where the showdown starts. DX12 with the DX19 head versus this guy stuck with the DX12 head, which, by the way, I did the head I did customize, the eyes is instructed by the Clipper King back in the day, as well as the shoulders here. Steamed them to make them fit the body a little bit better, but never achieved that. I only achieved this, which again, those eyes, he looked like he had a ridiculous skin color eye line. It was terrible. But yeah, I mean, this is so much better, even though I modified it. So there's no denying this head is so much better. And yeah, this figure, I'm happy I got him just really for this head and cape. He's not very happy about it. You know, he's not that happy about it. I'm not happy about it either. I can't believe I'm choosing my old DX12 over the DX19, at least the body. Well, you know, I've been making fun of the DX19, so time to make fun of... Look, now he looks cool, doesn't he? He's like, what you want? I'm gonna throw you a kiss. And Yeah, DX12 had some serious drugs or something. And this is the modded that I did. You can see a little bit the paint there in the eyes. Like I said, it had that skin color eyes, and yeah, it looks. But this is the plate of the DX19. It makes it look pretty good. So what am I saying with this? Yeah, you can interchange between both figures, the face plates. So
I wouldn't know what to do if I got one.
here, this is important to me, and I know it's important to the Joker. So Heath Ledger is ever so slightly taller than Christian Bale. Accounting for the fact that, you know, Joker is wearing shoes with heels and then boots, Batman maybe would be just a little bit taller. Let's just say not that much taller. So here you can see he's not a big guy next to the Joker. He really isn't. I really been looking at that because I really wanted to choose one of these two, and it's been a very hard choice. Let me tell you guys, it's been quite a hard choice for me. Probably the hardest I've had to do because I like to choose. And but yeah, the Joker chooses DX12, but that head sculpt is not going anywhere. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess I'll keep both for now because to me it worked as a real nice accessory pack, especially this head. We're getting into that next. Yeah, again, this accessory looks so much better than the DX12s. So yeah, this head is not going anywhere. I mean, I can't go back to my DX12 head with this new DX19 head. No, I mean, I think I've shown there another image I found of Christian Bale. I just see, not here because we're looking at the back of the hair. I guess if I were to stare at it, I guess here maybe I'll see a little more of the back on the DX12, but no, from the front is really what matters. And here we have them with the neck pieces. Here, even though these two look pretty good now, we got the neck pieces. Both are exactly the same size, same magnet, same feature, but like I was saying here, this doesn't look bad. Neither one looks bad, but in fact they both look pretty good. But here, the eye, especially the color is right of the eyes. It just looks more like there's a human in that mask, and the size of the mask also, or a cowl I should say. Yeah, this looks more figure-like. That looks more like a human in that cowl. And Christian Bale definitely looks like he's in that cowl. So, magnets, like I was saying, for both these neck pieces, again, could be interchanged. They're exactly the same as I dropped those kind of tend to drop a little easier, but once you get it in there, it holds pretty good. And here, let me just do you a little demonstration of the force is strong with me. There's no tricks here, I promise. There's no wires, there is no nothing. No, that's just to show that they're magnets, just on the opposite side. They don't like each other so much. So, yeah, the force is strong with me. Yeah, the heads, there is no question. I think I've made it clear. I do like the DX19 so much better. So this is going to go to the DX19 head sculpt and likeness of Christian Bale. Paint application, just overall better. So that's a tie. Well, let's put the head sculpt on the what I prefer body. Again, call me crazy. I know some of you might. I just like this shorter, slimmer body. And look at that. You can interchange these. This one plugged right in and it looks just like that. And it kind of suits the little bulkier, more bulkier version. So I might be able to toy around with these two pieces. For now, eventually I have to just keep one, and I'm leaning towards the 12, that's for sure. But yeah, I love the accessories. I really love this head, even how it looks on the 12. It looks a little bobblehead, a little bit, but the hair. It's the hair also. So yeah, to me, I think I made it clear. Either though, you know, there's 10 years between these two figures, I feel like the upgrades were disappointing. You know, I don't feel it's... So I feel if you have a DX12 or especially an Armory Batman, yeah, you're not going to need this piece. It's not that much of an upgrade. For me, I discussed the things that I like better, and it's a reason to keep this figure for now, but my preferred goes to the DX12 minus all those things, just because the figure, you know. But there was a tie here, and 10-year gap, wow. It's a little disappointing, but nice for those who don't have a Dark Knight. It's a nice figure, don't get me wrong.
And I chose the DX12.
That's going to conclude this video. And as I always say, subscribe, like, and comment. Enjoy the path of collecting, and I'll catch you guys next time.